I'm Josh Fenton-Glynn, and I'm asking you for your first preference vote on Saturday in the Calder Valley Labour selection. I'm Calder Valley born and bred. I grew up here in a single parent family with my mum and my brother. My mum still lives here. I've spent the last decade campaigning for social justice and equality across our country. But it's great to be back in the place I call home. I'm passionate about standing up and representing the people I grew up with and the community I grew up in. The hustings on Saturday is at Calder High School. That's where I went to school and where I had my first job as a special needs assistant. The last time I was back there, I'd been invited to speak to local young people about how the education I got in Calder Valley helped me get where I am now, putting my Labour values into action and helping the most vulnerable in society. I work for Oxfam on their UK poverty programme and the Child Poverty Action Group. Now I work for a trade union representing low-paid workers. I've changed the law to protect the most vulnerable. In fact, I've changed more laws outside of Parliament than the Tory MP we have has inside. More and more people are supporting my campaign as they hear more about who I am, why I'm standing and what sort of candidate and MP I'd be.
It's proved to me that he's more than capable of taking Calder Valley and the Labour Party way into the 21st century, and we'll all be better off for it.
He understands politics, and I would trust him to be part of the Labour government that would really make a difference to people's lives.
I think that this constituency has lots of social issues that it's got to face, and I think that Josh knows what those issues are and also has the depth of understanding to know how to deal with those issues.
He's got the best policies for Labour and for Calder Valley.
That is why I'm going to vote for Josh.
Local roots are important, but a successful candidate needs a plan to win. I have one. I first campaigned for Labour in Calder Valley, where I joined the party over a decade ago. Since then, I've built up vast experience in running and organising campaigns, from national campaigns around single issues to marginal seat campaigns for Labour. I will run a 21st century campaign that combines traditional campaigning with new technology and get our message out in the press. I know how to win here. But we need the right policies too. I'll fight for a real Labour alternative to this government's policies. I'll show people what we're for, not just what we're against, by arguing for a living wage, a national care service and putting forward a real vision for Calder Valley. I'm asking for your first preference vote on Saturday so I can represent the people I grew up with and the community I grew up in. People here can't afford another government like this. I hope you'll give me the chance to make sure they don't have to. Vote for me, Josh Fenton-Glynn, on Saturday.